Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to CC Baseball. Here we are with this second game of the season. Starting just a little late, but number 7, Daniel Kirk, is over on second. Number 8, Andrew Sinish, or maybe Sinish, just hit one into left center and sent number 7, Daniel Kirk, home.
Yep, first two batters walked. Number 1 batter being Daniel Kirk stole second base. Looked like a good throw down there to second base, just a little late by Platt. Actually knocked Bradbury off his feet, and then that double right there scores a run in, and Eagles down a quick 1-0 here to Carroll.
So with their cleanup hitter, number 14, Connor Barkle, up to bat, and he drives one into right center field. The right fielder, Drew Vanderford, picks it up, throws it into second base, and the runners on second and third both score.
After those 2 walks, 2 doubles, Ump on the first 2 batters really wasn't giving him anything, as he threw like 4 straight there along the outside corner and didn't give him anything. And he thought on the second batter he threw a strike there with, I believe it was 3-2 or 3-1, and didn't give it to him. So now Queen City down 3-0.
So number 10, Michael Dirkman, is up to bat, and Coleman throws the ball as the first pitch for this at-bat. On second base, the batter that just hit, number 14, Connor Barkle, taking his lead here.
All right, get it in there. Here we go.
Foul tip by number 10, Michael Dirkman. Up on the mound is number 8, Coleman Clark, who, like you said, Jackson, was just not getting anything given to him by Blue down there. But we're moving ahead in the count here, so let's see if Blue's a little more graceful.
Yeah, hopefully here. And
ground ball, foul ball over to third base.
Well, here we go. This is the position he wants to be in, a 1-2 count there. After the first couple batters, he got behind. Now he's ahead. Now we can play with those edges a little bit more and see if he'll give him anything now. Oh, man. Still not giving him the edges. Threw one inside. Ball 2. 2-2 count. Nobody out. Runner on second. 3-0 Carroll lead.
Throws.
Oh,
hits the batter.
Dang it.
So, taking a look at the starting lineup here for Columbia City. Coleman Clark pitching and Eli Platt catching. Over on first base is Devin Kreider, and at second base is James Getz. Third base is Brady Schrader, and shortstop is Grayson Bradbury, which is the only sophomore on this starting lineup. And then moving to the outfield, left field is Noble Heinen. Center field is Landon Iden. And right field is Drew Vanderford, who previously made the last hit. He was able to field it in the outfield and get it in safely so that they could only hold number, is that 14, Connor Barkle, on second base? Only hold him to a double. So number 2, Thomas Tratniak, is up to bat now. He is the DH for the pitcher for Carroll, Will Worrell, and he clocks one over into left field. Noble Heinen throws it into Brady Schrader, who picks it up and holds it. Sent number 14, Connor Barkle, home.
Nice throw in there by Noble, able to get it in, not allow another run, not allow runners to advance or another run to score. So keep runners on first and second, hopefully turn a double play here.
So Number 21, sorry, the 7th batter in the lineup, Jackson Sparks, is up to hit, and he is the only true lefty besides Gabe Starks, his brother, on this lineup.
Oh, man. Way outside there on that first pitch here to the batter. Right now is where you just got to start building his confidence. He got behind on the first couple of batters. You're down 4-0. You're still in the top of the first inning. He's got to get his confidence back up.
Ball in the dirt. Eli had a little bit of a hard time trying to find it. Rolled out in front of home plate, but no runners advance.
2-0 count. Nobody out. 4-0 now. Carroll lead. Runners on first and second. Coleman checks the runner on second.
Ball way up in the air. That's above shortstop. Noble. Oh, just barely misses it. And the throw in.
Got him at second.
Yes. Was that Iden who was able to throw it into James Getz?
Yes, I believe.
Iden throws into James Getz, and James fields a tough bounce and was able to get the runner heading to second on a force out.
So here we go. Right here's where you need to get out of the inning. Either get a double play, or something. Just get out of the inning here.
Yeah, number 6, Eric Tratniak up to bat now. Pitch is thrown.
Oh, he gave him that one.
Yeah, the ball was a little inside on the batter, but the blue finally gave Coleman the inside pitch there. So count moves to 0-1 now. 1 out, runners on first and third. Grounder
right
hit to
him. There
Coleman.
We go.
Over to Getz. Getz throws to first.
There we go.
Devin Kreider picks it up. 2 putouts for a double play there, and they get out of the inning.
Yeah, there we go. Way to get out of the inning, just like we were talking about. Confidence. That'll get your confidence up. When your pitcher's able to turn a double play there, give him some confidence and give your team some confidence going in. Bottom of the first, going to be batting here. Leading off will be Getz. Getz will be leading off. So right here's where Columbia City really needs to get the bats going here. You're down 4-0 going here in the bottom of the first. You got that. You're down 4-0, but right here.
Yeah, that was an interesting double play there. Carroll really got their bats going at the beginning, but those last 2 plays ended up just crumbling down to a favorable CC double play there. So very lucky for CC. Now let's see if they can respond well. So looking at a couple of the sponsors here, WJHS is brought to you in part by EduStaff. Schools in your local community is seeking candidates for employment within partnering schools. More information can be found at edustaff.org. That is Nutrition. Columbia City Nutrition provides refreshing drinks, healthy caffeine alternatives, and smoothies. Columbia City Nutrition makes protein shakes, a large set of flavors of tea bombs, and nutrient-focused beverages to go. Columbia City Nutrition, straight across from the front of the courthouse. So as we move on from our sponsors here, the first pitch is thrown and foul tip by James Getz. So number 4, James Getz up to bat, and the pitcher out there is number 25, Will Worrell, who is a senior this year. He throws in his second pitch for strike 2.
That's good by Getz, able to come out here swinging on first pitch. That's what you want to do when you come out right away and you get a decent pitch to see. You want to try to swing on the first pitch. Let's see if he can get some here. 0-2. High
in the strike zone there, or high outside of the strike zone there, and that goes for ball 1. Yeah, getting aggressive bats is really good to start off with, but a swing and a miss retires James Getz.
A little early on that one.
Yeah.
All right. See if Bradbury can get something going here. 1 out, 4-0 Carroll lead.
Yeah, it might just be that CC's in their own head right now. Carroll's just been renowned for being a well-sported school. Foul bunt.
He's got to get that down.
Yeah, so CC might be in their own head here, but as they move forward, let's see if they can start racking up their score and maybe get out ahead here.
I like Columbia City out coming here first pitch, being aggressive, whether it's bunting or like get swinging on first pitch. And when you're down 4-0, you got to come out and immediately be aggressive. It's what Columbia City's doing right now.
Grayson looks at the second strike in, and now he's down to an 0-2 count, just like James Getz started with. So let's see if Grayson can choke up here and maybe put the ball in play. Ooh, ball outside.
He's not giving much there on the outside corners. I think he's given 1 all game so far. So he's not going to – pitcher's got to realize he ain't going to give you nothing there. And
strike 3.
Dang, watched it right in there inside corner.
All right, walking up now, the junior, number 18, Brady Schrader. He was the third baseman who received a throw from Noble Heinen on the left field hit. Let's see if he can put this in play. First pitch, swinging strike. Yes, I do like Columbia City's aggressive bats here. They if they keep doing this, something's bound to turn over for them eventually.
Just got to make contact with the ball here. That's all you want to do right here. You don't want to go for too hard of a hit. You just want to put the ball in play here.
So count moves to 1-1 with 2 outs as the last pitch was in the dirt. Good eye by Brady there. So let's see if he can put something in play here.
Held, but he called a strike. 1-2 count, 2 outs, 4-0 Carroll lead. Bases are empty here for Schrader. And the windup in the pitch. Foul ball right over us.
Well, at least Brady Schrader's battling here. Maybe he can tire out Will Worrell before long here if he can keep battling.
Inside. Good eye.
Yeah, good eye by Brady Schrader there to make the count 2-2 now.
It's smart by Worrell, able to test that inside corner. He's been calling it for him, and you were ahead in the count. Tested a little bit. Good rip. There we go.
Drive right past the shortstop, and Brady's on his way to first. Was able to make it in standing.
There we go. Right there. Confidence. Single. All right, now Aiden's got to get bats going.
So batting cleanup here, number 6, Landon Aiden. He was the center fielder who was able to throw in from center to James Getz to get their first out of the top of the first.
Just put the ball in play is all we're looking for here. A little late. Swung a little late on that one. 0-1 count, 2 outs. Schrader on first for Aiden here. Aiden sitting back in the box. Watch his strike 2 on the outside corner. It's only second one ump has given him all game.
So as an 0-2 count comes up here, Aiden's really got to protect the plate now. Maybe see if we can get CC a run here.
Ooh, same spot, didn't give it to him.
Yeah, Carroll really thought that they got that and started moving into the dugout. But as the count moves to 1-2, they've got to throw at least one more pitch here.
Way to battle.
Yeah, Aiden tries to battle and sends one foul.
About same spot as those last 2. Aiden didn't want to take a chance on a strike there, leans over and just fouls it out of play.
Yeah, Will Worrell being really smart here, getting that one corner strike and now trying to get that same corner strike. Ball in dirt, Brady Schrader on his way to second, was able to make it in standing.
Round second, looked for third there. Coach Daly calls him off. Good eye there by Aiden. Able to see that one was low. A little bit too low to be called a strike here. 2-2 count now here for Aiden. Battling back here into the count on Worrell. See if Aiden can get on base and come see if he can get some runs here. Got him looking. Aiden thought it was low again. Well, End of the first, Columbia City down 4-0. As Clark's going to come back into pitch, I would assume.
Yeah, it looks like they're keeping most of their same lineup.
Yep, Columbia City's going to go with the same lineup here. Platt still catching, and yep, here comes Clark back to pitch. Besides those first two batters where he walked them both, next two both doubled, and then he hit a batter. Then there was a single. Then there was error that ended up turning into an out at second base, and then there was the double play that went right back to Clark. Let's see if that'll give him a little bit more confidence. I've said that a lot today, but that's one key thing in baseball is a lot of confidence, either when you're pitching or you're batting. You want to have a lot of confidence coming into this.
Yeah, looking at CC's last bat at the bottom of the first here, I wonder if they are lacking confidence because this is Carroll, and Carroll has been renowned for a good sports school. So maybe if they can get the bats going here and maybe push Carroll's lead down, maybe they can start building up that confidence. So Platt throws down here to second. Pretty all right throw. And walking up to the plate now.
Be number 9 batter is what I have on here. Yep, Cooper Rudolph.
He was the catcher for Carroll last bottom of the inning. So
this first batter is going to show a lot of what this inning's going to be like here for Columbia City, and still not giving him that corner. Tried to go inside corner. Blue didn't give him nothing. 1-0 count here for Clark.
Second pitch on its way in and pulls it way left.
Same spot. Rudolph wanted that one. So here we go. 1-1 count. Nobody out. First batter here in the second inning. 4-0 Carroll lead. Clark gets a sign from Platt. From the windup. Got it. Oh, no.
Blue calls the second ball of this at-bat, and the count moves to 2-1 now. A couple of pitches that looked like this should have been strikes.
And still not giving him anything. There you go.
Swing and a miss. So count moves to 2-2 for Cooper Rudolph here. Looking at what Coleman did in the first inning, this at-bat's definitely starting out better than his first at-bat for last inning. So definitely seems like he had a bit of a confidence boost. Swing and a miss.
Drop third strike. Got him.
Platt throws down to first, and Kreider gets the put out.
Big first at bat here for Clark and for the Eagles. Whenever you're able to get a first batter of the inning, either strikeout or out, it's always big. It's always big for your team because it gives you a lot of confidence coming in here to the next couple batters.
Yeah. So as we move up here to the top of the lineup, number 7, Daniel Kirk's back up. He was one of the first batters who got walked. And
stole second.
Yeah, and stole second. And as we move on from the first pitch there, the count is now 1-0 from Coleman Clark. Second pitch on its way in.
High, way up there.
In foul territory by third base. Schrader just misses it, but foul ball.
Oh, man, that was close. That almost bounced fair. Schrader's lucky it stayed foul because he was running over to try to make a play on it and just wasn't able to read it. And the sun's like right in their eyes right now. One count here. Clark. Oh, hit him.
Hits the batter.
Dang. That's 2. He's really liking that inside corner tonight.
Yeah, Daniel Kirk tried to flinch out of the way, but was unfortunately not able to get out of the way. But now he gets his free base here. And
number 11, game starts.
Number 11 on his way up to the plate now. So
Platt's got to be watching Rudolph as he got a big jump there on his last at-bat. Last time he was on first and made it down there to second. Doesn't go this time. Goes
Foul tip.
straight back.
So Gabe Starks was the other batter that was walked last inning as Coleman was making his debut here as a Columbia City Eagle.
All right. Not much of a lead off there on first. Rudolph goes anyway.
Rudolph on his
Platt
way.
got the jump on him. Dang it. Couldn't
Oh.
get him. Bradbury got taken out twice in 2 innings.
Yeah, Grayson and Kirk ended up colliding there, but nobody hurt, fortunately.
That pitch was a ball. Called a ball, and they threw it down there to see if they could get him. Wasn't able to do it, so 1-1 count, 1 out, 4-0 runner on second. Right down the middle. Foul. 1-2 count here. All right, as we were saying earlier, right now is where you can play with that inside or outside corner. If you're Clark, you're up in the count. I'd like to see him go inside here just a little bit. See if he can get him on the inside corner. But he can't go too far on the inside because he's already hit 2 batters, so we'll see. And
Way
straight
up
back
over the press
again.
box.
Hey, wait a pound, let's go. Keep it coming, let's go.
On the hop tray, need it.
We've seen so far with Carroll, every time they get one right over the middle, we know they can hit. We've already seen that. And we've already seen that they can hit. So right here is where you don't necessarily want to put it right over the plate. There you go.
And
Got it.
strike 3 right on that outside edge.
Right there is where you want to go in a 1-2 count when you're up. When you're up in the count, you don't have to worry about trying to go into a full
Now
count.
batting number 8.
You want to try to play with those
Signage.
edges a bit, and right here you got your second out. So right here could be your last out of the inning, and go back and see if Clemson can get their bats going.
So number 8, Andrew Sinesh up to bat now. He was one of those that hit the double last inning. Foul tip on the first pitch here.
Way to work, Coleman. Yeah, jump ahead. Make the play work. Make the play work. Come on, Coleman. Make the play now. Make the play now.
Yeah, Sinesh here looking to replicate what he did here at his first at-bat with that double hit. And Coleman obviously doing better this inning than he did last, and looking forward to striking Sinesh out.
There you go. Gave it to him finally.
Outside edge again, and count moves to 0-2. Sinesh down in the count.
Clark looks a lot more comfortable here in the second inning than he did in the first. Runner's got a big lead off at second. He's still creeping towards third. And ground ball.
Right to shortstop.
Bradbury.
Rips it over for the out.
Got him. Bradbury over to Kreider to first for the out.
So, taking a look at a couple more of our sponsors here. WJHS is brought to you by Morsh's Builders Mart, located at 516 East Van Buren Street in Columbia City, with locations in Huntington, Wabash, Warsaw, and Goshen. Online, morshesbuildermart.com, serving northeastern Indiana since 1871. WJHS is brought to you in part by Surf Internet. Surf Internet is transforming the Great Lakes region by bringing high-speed internet to rural and underserved areas. Faster, more reliable internet is now available to both residents and businesses in Columbia City. More details about fiber internet, wireless internet, and streaming TV can be found at surfinternet.com. Surf Internet can also be reached by phone at 888-274-6381.
New pitcher in here, Cam Saunders comes in for Will Worrell. So, change of pitchers here for Carroll, a little surprising. I wonder if Worrell's arm got a little wasted there in that inning. He got worked a lot there by Columbia City batters. Whenever they get down in the count, they get able to foul it off.
Leading off for the Eagles, number 14, No, it's not. Number 8, Coleman.
Oh my gosh. Mr. Leininger down there screwing up who's at bat. All right, Clark comes up to bat. Good eye. Pretty much grazed the top of his feet there for ball 1.
Yeah, interesting seeing that Coleman Clark comes from pitching to batting now. Let's see how he does as he almost gets hit again. Count moves to 2-0, and that one was at his knees.
And that one, yep, up around his knees. Would not take the pitch. 2-0 count.
High in the
Good
box.
eye. The 3-0, you definitely want to lay off unless it's perfect, but most of the time you want to lay off of this 3-0 count. And
High
there you
again.
go.
So on his way down to first now is Coleman Clark after he pitched a better inning than his first.
And here's Vanderford, one of the lefties here for Columbia City.
Yeah, Drew Vanderford was able to make a couple of plays out in right field, keeping from any extra runs scored. So let's see if he can prove useful here batting as he did in right field.
Low and away there, ball 1. Clark looking a little antsy out there on first base, looking like he might want to take second.
So as they moved away from Will Worrell and came over here to Cam Saunders for pitching. Oh, pick over. The first baseman just barely able to get it, number 21, Jackson Sparks. So as they move over to Cam Saunders here, Cam Saunders appears to sacrifice accuracy for fast pitching here, which was the opposite of what Will Worrell did. He was a very accurate pitcher, but wasn't as fast as this.
A little bit high. Vanderford chased that one. 1-1.
Pitch coming in.
Outside. Good eye. Looks like right now Saunders is kind of testing where the ump's going to call it for him. His first 2 batters. And then
Swing and a miss from Vandy here.
that's a nice pitch down low, but he's kind of testing where the ump's going to call it. And these first 2 batters, but next batter up will be Kreider, and he's going to feel like with Kreider, he's going to be a little bit more comfortable knowing where the ump's going to call it a strike and where he's going to call it a ball. So he's going to be a little bit more comfortable there and more comfortable on where he wants to throw a strike.
Coach Daly fields the foul tip that went out into left field over there.
So here, I believe 2-2 is the count.
And foul tip
Comes
again.
back, hits the fence. Way to stay alive in there by Vanderford. See if we can move Clark around.
So Vandy moving into, or staying in his 2-2 count here, coming off of 2 foul balls. Awesome battling up there at the plate, and it seems like Vandy won't go down without hitting something here, as he does.
Ground ball, shortstop.
Bare hand fielding, out at first base.
Yeah, didn't have enough time to go to second. If he would have hesitated and thought about going to second, I feel like both of them would have been safe because Vanderford was close, but sacrifice ground out, able to move the runner onto second. See if Kreider can move him, as last night he hit a double off the fence. A stand-up double off the fence. So we'll see if he can get another one in here. And the stretch from Saunders, the pitch, low. This umpire definitely wants it perfectly inside the strike zone today. Not giving him much anyway, either way.
Ooh, gives him the
Gave him
outside
that
edge,
one.
though.
Definitely gave him that one. That one.
All right, count moves to 1-1 here as that last pitch on the outside edge. Blue gave him a strike here.
Kreider definitely didn't like that one. Same, little bit little bit farther outside on that one. 2-1 count on Kreider.
Hey, Hungers, 2-3, let's go. Drive something here. Drive something here.
So
2-1 Clark on second. Clark's going to get a decent lead out there on second.
nobody coming over to cover the bag. Inside on Kreider, almost hits him.
Should have taken that one, didn't want to. They yelled at him to take it, and he shook his head no.
Well, I'd be opposed to taking a pitch from this pitcher right here. He's definitely trying to throw real hard. And Kreider walks his way over to first base.
Yeah, definitely not a lot of accuracy coming here from Saunders. I'm not sure if it's either not much accuracy or he's testing the boundaries right now in his first inning of pitching. I feel like that's what Clark did a little bit there in the first inning. He kind of did a little bit too much, but Saunders is either doesn't have much accuracy or he's testing his boundaries on where he can throw it and where he can't. We got a coaches meeting out here on the mound. And they break it up. And next up will be Noble Heinen, another lefty.
Yeah.
City.
As I mentioned this before yesterday in the season opener, Noble last year hit a grand slam, and as he moves into his senior year here, I'm wondering if another home run might be in store somewhere. So Noble takes the first pitch, strike, and we move in with Kreider over on first and Coleman Clark over in on second here.
Yep, I definitely do remember Noble's grand slam from last year. I remember everyone talking about it at school. Fake pickoff attempt there. Kreider goes diving back into first base.
Yeah, the first baseman wasn't even there to cover the bag, so trying to keep Kreider on his toes.
Kreider and Clark inching towards third a little bit. Noble swings and misses. Strike two.
Oh, off throw from the catcher there. Luckily picked up by the second baseman, so none of the runners were able to advance.
See if Schrader can get the ball into play and move some runners around. Oh, dang it.
Heinen swings for his swing and miss, third strike. And on his way up to the plate is number 7, Eli Platt.
Let's see if Platt can. Nice walk-up music, Eli. Golly. Poker face. Oh. All right.
Eli
get
tries
that
to
down.
lay down a bunt, but it pops
Dang
up
it.
towards the first baseman. So the first baseman, number 21, Jackson Sparks, able to catch Eli's bunt as it popped way up into the air towards first base side. So
Second bunt attempt Columbia City has tried, but neither one of them they've been able to get down and put it on the ground. They've been both popped up there to that right side. But luckily, the first one was almost in the Carroll dugout, but that second one was right up there along the line. He's got to get his bat up and get it down on the ball. All right, so Clark's going to stay in here for Columbia City. 4-0 still is the score. Carroll lead. Carroll scored all 4 of their runs there in the first inning. Second inning, they didn't have a single hit. It was they only had one runner on base, and it ended up being a walk, or a hit by pitch, excuse me. So Clark was definitely a lot more comfortable. Looked a lot better there in that second inning. So we'll see how he does come out here in the third.
yeah, Coleman definitely pitched better his second inning instead of his first here. But like you said earlier, it was more like he was just trying to test the water, see where Blue would be willing to call strikes. And as we have learned today, he is graceful sometimes, but other than that, Blue has been calling everything tight over the plate.
Yeah, not super consistent there along that outside corner. Inside corner, he's going to give it to you most of the time. A couple of those times he's not quite so generous with it, but that outside corner, he's not going to give it to you very often. So Eli going to throw it down here. Columbia City hasn't changed pitchers yet. Carroll already switched in between first and second.
Comes in, down. Nice throw.
Yeah, nice throw down by Plaz. First one looked really nice. As it was right there.
For the Chargers, number 14,
So,
Connor Barkle.
14, Connor Barkle's going to come in. He's our cleanup batter. So we'll see what Clark does here. Last time he had doubled to give him he had 2 RBIs on his double to make it 3-0.
Bark, first pitch in the dirt.
Low and outside on that first one. He really wants that outside corner, but not giving him it at all.
Second pitch comes in and low again.
Yep, a little low on that second one. 2-0 count, nobody out. And with a little bit lower and inside. Swing, foul ball, came back to the Columbia City dugout. Clark is down in the count 2-1.
Swings one right over to the shortstop.
Bradbury.
Badberry rips it.
Got him.
Got
Nice
him.
stretch, Devin.
Devin Kreider stretches out for the putout. Kind of fell over there too, but great effort there by both Bradbury and Kreider to retire. Was that?
Now batting, number 10, Michael.
Yeah, I wasn't sure Bradbury was going to be able to get it there as he fumbled with it there for a second.
Yeah, to retire Connor Barkle there. Blues meeting down on the first baseline there. Maybe discussing the last play.
Oh, they're going
They
to call him safe.
safe.
And they said throw pulled Kreider off the bag.
Wow, so Connor Barkle now standing over on first base instead of the original 1-out call that they had. And now we move on to number 10, Michael Dirkman, who is up to the plate.
And pickoff attempt. Wrong side of the bag. There by Clark doing wrong side of the bag. Kreider able to grab it. Yeah, going back to that last play, I mean, it was definitely really close.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Bunt goes into
Bunt foul.
left foul. Yeah, that one was very close, and I'm not surprised by the Blues either switching up the call or by the Blues switching up the call there. Even if they would have stayed with their original call, I wouldn't have been surprised either.
Yeah, no.
Because that was a very close play. Coleman throws, pop up
Popped
into
up.
shortstop. Thirdman Brady Schrader fumbles
dropped it.
but
Well, they're
throws
gonna-
over to second.
I thought second and got the out.
James Getz able to receive the ball for a putout, and now number 10, Michael Dirkman, stands over on first base now.
It's 2 now that Columbia City's had those pop flies hit up in there. Not able to see it due to the sun. Ends up dropping. The other one was right behind shortstop in the outfield.
And on his way to
Oh,
second
not a good
is
throw by
Dirkman.
Platt.
Dirkman able to get there standing.
Job by Getz able to make sure he got the ball instead of letting it go out in the outfield.
Yeah.
And Clark and stretch throws ground ball. Schrader
Schrader throws.
Schrader throws
out
to
at
first, Devin, but runner advances to third. 2 outs.
So yeah, 5-3 play there. Sorry, 5-3 play. Schrader able to throw to Devin for the out at first, and now up to the plate is number 21 Jackson Sparks, who is one of the 2 sophomores on the starting lineup. Hit towards
Foul
first,
ball.
foul ball.
Outsaves the run. Outsaves the run. Let's go. Come on,
0-1 count here. 2 outs. Runner on third. 4-0 stills Carroll lead.
Carroll scored all of their 4 runs in the first inning, and then it's been scoreless ever since. Now we're in the top of the third, sorry. Count moves to 1-1. Coleman Clark definitely pitching better than he did in the first inning. And now here we are with a 1-1 count, 2 outs. All they need is a couple more strikes to get out of this inning. From the stretch, Coleman throws.
Ground ball. Foul ball again. 1-2 count.
Jackson keeps pulling those over towards foul side, which makes you wonder if the second baseman and Coleman Clark, after the hit, will probably be on their way over towards first base as the ball rolls to maybe Devin Kreider there. That's towards where he's been pulling them to.
Sparks last time up to bat hit that one right over Bradbury's head at short. That ended up being an error as it was dropped, but ended up getting the out at second.
Good job back there, 7. We're going. Come on, Coleman.
Coleman pitches. Way up
Straight
in the
up
air
again.
towards third base.
Come on, Brady.
Brady gets under
Got
and
it
catches
this time.
Brady almost tripped on his way over there, but he was able to catch it, and that was the third out. And now they move on to the bottom of the third. So another one of the sponsors here. WJHS is brought to you in part by City Auto Mall, home of the best sellers from Ford and Chevy, like the F-150, Escape, Chevy Silverado, and Blazer. City Auto Mall offers a vast collection of cars, straightforward financing options, and ASE certified car care services for repairs and maintenance. Right off Highway 30 in Columbia City, City Auto Mall may be reached by phone, social media, or the web at cityautomall.com. BlueLineBins.com is simplifying the waste disposal process, serving residential, construction, and commercial with lightweight dumpsters and roll-off services. Blue Line Bins offers no obligation estimates for construction, cleanups, and more, and has bins delivered. Blue Line Bins rental is available at BlueLineBins.com. BlueLineBins.com. 260-416-8091. So, as the catcher, number 1, Cooper Rudolph throws down to second here. James Getz moves up to bat.
Yep, back to the top of the order here for Columbia City.
So James Getz struck out his last time up, struck out swinging, and also swung on his first pitch. Pitch thrown, almost hits James. So yeah, here we are. James Getz now ready to bat again, and hopefully he's able to get on base this time, because that would pose well for Columbia City. Hits
Second
one,
a little
rolls
bit
down the line.
rolls foul.
Yeah, it rolled foul. At least James was able to make contact there, though. That's a good sign for Columbia City, especially since they have this pitcher up here who is throwing significantly faster than Will Worrell did in the first inning. James Getz last game was also able to hit the final hit for Columbia City, sending one into right center field and able to make it to third base, scoring the runs on second and third yesterday to end out their season opener. It would be nice to see if he could pull something off like that here as another ball comes in.
Full count here.
Keep fighting here, boy.
Pitch is on its way in.
Hit him that time. First one to wear there with Columbia City. Could have wore about 4 others earlier.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 9, Grayson Bradbury.
So as Grayson walks up to the plate here, something Emma and I talked about yesterday during the season opener was the fact that Central Noble's pitching was a little off. And as we come in here for Carroll, their pitching is definitely better than Central Noble's was, but still a little off itself as that one was at Grayson's head.
Grayson almost got his cap taken off. Decided not to wear that one.
Number 4, James Getz leading off of first base. On his way to second, the catcher bobbles it. So count moves to 2-0 for Grayson Bradbury, and James Getz able to make it into second base. He made it while sliding, but could have done it standing up since the catcher fumbled the ball there.
And another business decision, decided not to take that one.
So count moves to 3-0 here for Grayson Bradbury.
Watch that one right down the middle. Not a bad one.
So the pitcher here, who is Cam Saunders, now moving his way back up in the count. And Bradbury watches another strike. Count moves to full.
Definitely got to be ready to swing here.
Yeah, Cam Saunders made his way back into the count here, and now Grayson definitely has to protect anything close he needs to try to make contact with. And watches 3 go by.
Definitely thought that one was a ball.
So, number 18, Brady Schrader on his way up to bat. Last time he was able to walk and made it over to first base. So we'll see if he can replicate the results of last time. Watches the first strike go by.
He's going to call that one every time, it seems like. He called them all there for on Grayson.
Yeah, I don't like doing this much, but Blue really makes it seem like these boys will need to dip their shoulders to get under the ball here. Ball 1 comes in for Brady Schrader now, as that one was a little low and outside. But these boys will have to try to get below the ball in some way, or else they'll just be hitting ground balls the entire time.
Didn't call that one.
Little low in Blue's eyes.
2-1 count, 1 out, runner on second for Schrader.
Carroll still holding a 4-0 lead as we're in the bottom of the third here. Pitch comes in, inside on Brady. Count moves to 3-1 now in favor of Brady Schrader. This could be the deciding pitch here if Brady makes his way over to first.
Ground ball.
Cracks one in foul territory over to the Columbia City side. Count moves to full now. One out in play right now. James Getz over at second, taking his lead. If Brady can make some sort of contact here that gets into the outfield, James will definitely be on his way home. But instead takes a strange strike 3. That was up by his shoulders as well as almost hit him.
I thought it hit him.
Yeah, that seemed like it did hit him. I thought he leaned in and took that one instead of trying to swing there, but blue called it 3. And pitching change here.
And they can go pitching change already. Second pitching change, and that'll be number 4, Camden Hirschberger. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna get warmed up here before we bring in Iden to bat. Looks like he's got about the same speed that Saunders had.
Bell coming out to talk to one of the umps there.
Yeah, talking to the home plate ump, I would assume it would be about that last call because that was definitely did not look like a strike.
No, it did not. And taking a look at Hirschberger here, I'd say he almost mimics Will Worrell's speed in a sense. Looks a little slower, but he seems to try to whip it, and when he does, it goes over into the lefty's batter box. That one was pretty close to down the middle there. But yeah, in my eyes, he looks a little bit slower. So let's see if Iden can put this one in play and send gets home for Columbia City's first run.
Bad pitch there in the dirt. And here we go. Going to get started back up here. Iden coming to the plate.
Landon Iden.
And going to go from the stretch here with Getz out there on second.
So as Iden moves in here after the pitching change, there's 2 outs on the board right now and not a lot of room to breathe as ball 1 comes in.
Take ball 1 low.
Not a whole lot of room to breathe here for Iden and Getz, but something can definitely happen here. Iden checks, but called for his first strike there.
1-1, 2 outs, 4-0 Carroll lead. Getz on second.
Outside that next pitch. Count moves to 2-1, still 2 outs. Iden hits one shallow.
Couldn't make it there in time.
Catcher whips over to first. That would be Cooper Rudolph to Jackson Sparks, I do believe.
Yes. So here we go. Going into the 4th. Columbia City down 4-0.
Interesting to see if they put Coleman Clark back out in the mound or not. He hasn't been doing necessarily bad. Oh, yep, he trots his way out to the mound.
Outside of that first inning, he looked pretty good. Outside of that, he had that one first inning where he was just trying to get comfortable, and he definitely looks a lot more comfortable now.
So up next to bat for Carroll is number 6, Eric Tratnick. Looking at Eric, he is the second baseman and one of their few sophomores on the varsity team. Yeah. Coleman Clark here, still whipping the balls into Eli Platt, looking just as good as he did in the second inning there. And Platt throws down.
Good throw.
Really good throw right there. It'd be interesting to see if Platt can catch one of these guys when they're on their way to first, or on their way to second from first.
He's had 3 attempts so far and 3 steals so far.
So Eric Tratnik up to bat. First pitch on his way in, low call. Oh, wait. It looked like Blue might have called that a strike. I couldn't tell. We'll wait to see when he throws up count, but this next pitch comes in. Called ball.
Wow.
Here you go. Starts now. Here we go.
That one definitely looked right there.
Possibly the third. Yeah, counts 3-0. That's what Blue just put up. So
3-0 count.
All 3 pitches here have been balls. And strike one. Coleman Clark making his way back into the count here as he just threw strike one. No runners on base, no outs. Up into the air
Cranks
by
it.
first base side.
Kreider's not going to get there.
Just a little too far there, but that moves the count to full. And we will see here if Coleman can battle back and possibly strike Eric Tratnik out.
Now, boy, go in it here.
Here comes the deciding pitch.
A pitch.
Inside ball
Inside
four.
ball 4.
Eric Tratnik trots his way down to first base, and it appears number 1, Cooper Rudolph, up to bat. Last time he batted, he struck out, which poses well for Coleman Clark here. And let's see if he can throw first pitch. Oh, it hits him in the helmet. Cooper ends up getting back up. He's walking his way down to first. He seems all right.
Let it take like a man, too.
Yeah, definitely a scary sight whenever everyone gets hit in the head.
Yeah, he went to show bunt, and then when Coleman threw that ball and Cooper pulled his bat back and then tried to duck out of the way and ended up getting hit in the helmet, but he's on first and he appears fine. So, bunt pulled back, called ball for number 7, Daniel Kirk.
1-0 count, nobody out. Runners on first and second here. Clark from the stretch. Runner on second, getting a nice lead off.
Pulls one foul
cranks
right over the fence.
Ooh, luckily that one was foul.
Scary sight for Coleman Clark here. Daniel Kirk was walked his first time and hit by pitch his second time. So here's what we really see from the contact here now. Next pitch comes in, called ball low. Count moves to 2-1. Yes, scary sight that going over to the fence in foul territory. Fence is just a little lower out there, but it might have made it over even if it was in fair play.
There you go.
Strike
Outside
2.
corner.
Yeah, strike 2 on the outside corner there. Coleman Clark definitely winning the count right now.
2-2 count, nobody out. Runners on first and second. 4-0, still a lead for Carroll.
Throws,
Cranks.
tipped into left field.
Gets down. It's going to roll almost to the warning track.
Noble throws in
Noble's
to
gonna
the
get it in.
shortstop.
Nope, rolls past Bradbury and gets to Schrader. There was a double. It scored one, so now the score is 5-0 Carroll. Runners on second and third.
Yes, number 6, Thomas Tratnik was able to make it home.
11, Gabe Starks.
Starks is going to come up. Gabe Starks, that is.
Ryder in.
Watch it outside and low for ball 1. Neither one of the runners getting a very big lead. Pitch number 2, cranked over to Kreider. Kreider stops it. I think came up and hit him. I think it went off his glove and bounced up and got him in the throat. Either way, grabs it, steps on first. A run did score, so the score is now 6-0 Carroll lead.
Now batting number 8, Andrew Sinesh.
That'll be the first out. The 1 out, runner on third for Sinesh. Clark gets a sign from Platt.
Good, Platt. Good job, Platt.
Ball 1. Nice stop there by Platt.
Coleman Clark throws it in. Little high. Ball 2.
Looks like Clem City's got somebody up in the bullpen. Clark's in his 4th inning of work. Ground ball to Bradbury. Oh, Bradbury went right through his legs.
Bradbury. And Sinesh on his way to second. Overthrows Getz. Aiden accidentally overthrows Getz, but
luckily he didn't go to third.
Yeah.
Scores a run off the error by Bradbury, excuse me. 7-0 lead.
Now batting number 14.
Carroll, 1 out.
So Connor Bakel up to bat now. Connor Barkle up to bat now. First pitch comes in, strike 1.
There we go. Way to get ahead in the count early.
So Carroll's moved up to a 7-0 lead now, which for Columbia City is kind of rough here. They're looking to score their first runs and possibly even take the lead next, or bottom of this inning.
Strike 2. Quick two called strikes here for Clark. See if he can get another one here quick. See if he can get out of the inning after some damage done.
Coleman throws, felt it. So Connor Barkle trying to battle his way back from base. Last time he was up to bat, he had a base hit, but was out on a pop fly error made by Brady Schrader, who was able to throw it over to James Getz for the out. Drop third strike. He is called out. So without a chance to make it to first, we move to 2 outs. Number 10, Michael Dirkman up to bat.
Hey, keep it in the infield here. Keep it in the
So
infield.
Michael Dirkman was able to reach first last time on a pop fly error and was able to even steal second.
Check swing. No. Got Plaid. Back of the hand.
Hey, work it up. Gotta go.
Hey, you good?
Here we go.
Blue talking to Coleman here.
Hey, you good? All right.
Come on, Mike.
I was out there talking to Clark. Not sure what that one was about, but.
Come on, Mike. Let's go. You got it now.
0-1 count. 2 outs. 7-0 runner on second.
Platt able to quickly recover here.
And popped up. Bradbury lets it hop
Bradbury.
once. Bobbles it.
Dirkman able to make it to first safely off the bobble.
Just smarter play there by Bradbury instead of
Now batting
trying to
number 2,
throw
Thomas
it
Trenick.
throw there off the bobble, and instead of letting another run score, just holds it and hopes to get an out here.
So Thomas Tratnick up to bat now. Last time out there, he hit one to Brady Schrader, and then Brady was able to throw it over to first for the out. Moves to an 0-1 count after the foul ball. There are 2 outs on the board right now. So not a lot of breathing room here for Carroll play-wise, but a lot of breathing room score-wise.
Here we go, Clark. Get out of it. Get out of it.
On his way to second. Throw home. Gosh. Number 8, Andrew Sinish, was able to make it home off of what looked like a squeeze-type play there. Michael Dirkman was able to steal second.
It's like Coach Bell's going to go to his bullpen.
So on the way over to the mound now appears to be Steven Neller, the lefty.
So Coleman Clark's first outing here for Columbia City is going to end in the 4th. 8 runs given up.
Number 9, Grayson Bradbury on his way to the dugout here. So we'll see if Coleman Clark takes place at shortstop out there.
So see if Neller can get us out of here. 2 outs. 0-1 count. 8-0 with a runner on second.
Pitching for the Eagles,
Lefty Steven Neller.
Steven Neller.
So Steven Neller is a junior this year. I got to see him play the last couple years, and he's lefty and his pitches have a lot of movement, which has been disorienting players. Even last year, he was able to throw a no-hitter in JV, I believe. So let's see if his skills got even better and he's able to strike out some of these varsity players. So for sponsors here, we have tonight's game is brought to you by Moo Over Ice Cream Shop. Building flavors from scratch, Moo Over offers ice cream flavors including Rocky Road, Coffee Crunch, as well as nut-free and sugar-free flavors, plus hand-built delights that change each week. Moo Over is a plant-based ice cream shop for those with either sensitivity to dairy or allergens, or are taking a more healthy approach. Located right across from the furniture store in downtown Columbia City, now Moo Over is expanding to where pints can be found. More information can be found at moo-over.com. Steven Neller's first pitch fouled right outside of the backstop. Falls harmlessly to the ground. So Steven Neller here moves to an 0-2 count now on number 2, Thomas Tratnick.
Neller looks like a left-handed high school version of Noah Syndergaard with that long hair. And
Ball 1.
1-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second. 8-0 is the score here. Carroll with the lead in the top of the 4th.
Throws, swing
Got
and
him.
miss, drop third strike, throws over to first.
Got him.
Flat throws over to first, and Devin Kreider was able to get the put out there.
Quick work by Neller there with 2 outs and an 0-1 count already. Use some quick work, able to get Columbia City back up to the plate, see if we can get some runs here in the bottom of the 4th.
So Looking at the pitcher, still out there is Camden Hirschberger, who came in to replace the previous pitcher, Cam Saunders, who was able to replace 25 Will Worrell. So as Carroll moves on to their third pitcher now, we'll see if they have what it takes to keep Columbia City at their 0-run score. So, as we take a little break here, another sponsorship. Subscribe to WJHS on YouTube. You'll get to see the latest in games and student media projects. The kids love watching our subscriber numbers go up. We are trying to get 1,000 subscribers. Search for WJHS on YouTube. Tap the subscribe button, please and thank you. So it appears that next up to bat is Coleman Clark, who was just replaced by Steven Neller on the mound. Last time Coleman was up, he was able to get walked.
Leading off for the Eagles, number 8.
Coleman steps up to the plate here. So Jackson Geiger unfortunately had to leave, so here I am now announcing, and Coleman takes first pitch strike. Coleman resets, and the pitch is thrown. Next pitch was a ball. It was a little outside on the plate. If you're just now tuning in, the Carroll has an 8-0 lead over Columbia City. The count is 2-1 with 0 outs in the inning so far. Count 2-2 now, Coleman down in the count. And here we go. Coleman drives one into right center field, way back there. He is unable to reach second and makes it back to first just in time as the shortstop threw over to first as Coleman rounded it.
Now batting number 11, Drew Vanderford.
So number 11, Drew Vanderford, on his way up to bat. Coleman now sitting happily over at first. First pitch on its way in. Little inside there. Count moves to 1-0 now. Columbia City hasn't been stealing a whole lot, which might be one of their reasons they haven't been able to score, just not all that aggressive on the base paths. Count moves to 2-0 now. Drew Vanderford is one of the few left-handed batters we have on the team. Strike one looking. Looked a little up and inside in the strike box here. Maybe not where Drew Vanderford prefers them. Swing and a miss. Count moves to 2-2. Warming up on deck is number 23, Devin Kreider. Pitch comes in, fouls it right over the Eagles' dugout. Looked like it was going to be a little outside, but Vandy didn't want to take any chances there. Next pitch on its way in. Vandy pulls it way right into foul territory. Matt Deckman thought about going and getting it, but one of the players from the Carroll dugout jogged his way over and grabbed it. 2-2 count. Pitch on its way in. Inside. Full count here now. And Drew has to protect over the plate. Make sure nothing gets by him if it's in the strike zone. Swing and a miss. And foul tip. Sorry, foul tip. Just able to stay alive there. So, still full count. Coleman Clark over on first base. Swing, puts it in play, slips into right field just under the second baseman's mitt. Oh, the right fielder throws over to third, and Coleman has been tackled for the tag. So Coleman got out on his way over to third. So Vandy now over on first base, and Devin takes a first pitch swing and miss strike. Warming up on deck is number 2, Keegan Spencer. That'll be the first we see of him this game. Devin watches his first ball come in. Low throw by the catcher, but the pitcher luckily able to pick it back up. Kreider looks at strike 2. Looked like it may have been a little low, but still a strike. Now count moves to 1-2, and he is behind in the count. Vanderford over on first base. Swing and a miss from Kreider. So 2 outs in the series now, or sorry, 2 outs in the inning now. And
number 2, Keegan Spencer.
Keegan Spencer on his way up to bat now. Takes first pitch strike. Count is 0-1, 2 outs on the board. Drew Vanderford standing over on first base. Ball 1 for Keegan Spencer. Thought about swinging at it, but held back. And now count is 1-1. Ooh, swing and a miss for the second strike. It looked like that may have been a curveball that went outside the strike zone at the very end there. Next pitch comes in. Little outside for 2-2 count.
Now win the battle here. Win the battle here.
Pitch is thrown way up in the air towards the backstop and missed. Number 1 and number 21, the catcher and the first baseman, close to catching it there, but almost collided and ended up not catching the ball.
Win the battle now. Win the battle now. Win 2. Win 2. Let's go, buddy. Come on, get moved.
So, number 21, Jackson Sparks, the first baseman, and number 1, Cooper Rudolph, the catcher, were in the area of where that fell. And Keegan watches ball 3 go by, and now here we are, full count, 2 outs here.
Here we go, 2.
And strike 3, Keegan takes a look at. So, for Keegan's first at bat, he ends up striking out, and we leave Drew Vanderford on base. Steven Neller on his way back out to the mound here. So, if I am correct, Next up is number 21, Jackson Sparks, but it appears the coach is coming out to talk to Blue about batting change, and indeed he is, because it appears number 19 has come out of the dugout, and number 19 is Jackson Cracker, Craker. It appears that most of Columbia City's lineup has stayed the same. Yeah. Not unless I do believe it may be Keegan Spencer, who is out in left field now. It appears so. So, Platt throws down. And here we are. Number 15, Steven Neller, getting ready to bat here.
Now batting number 19, Craker.
Jackson Craker up to bat now. Number 24, Grant Peters on deck. Jackson takes first pitch, swinging strike one. Second pitch goes foul over the left field side. That pitch went foul between his legs. Count is 0-2. And then he slams one into right center field. Vanderford scoops it, picks it up, and throws it into James Getz. And Getz able to throw it into Coleman Clark there.
Now batting number 24, Peters.
Grant Peters walking his way up to bat now. This is the first we've seen of him so far. Takes first pitch, strike. And second pitch, ball. Platt throws it over to first, almost misses, but Kreider was able to reach out and snag it. Outside corner, strike two. Count moves to 1-2 in favor of Steven Neller, the pitcher for Columbia City. And Grant swings and misses for strike three. Alright. Walking up to bat now is number 1, Cooper Rudolph. Cooper takes first pitch, ball. Second pitch on the outside edge, called strike. Count moves to 1-1. One out on the board. And number 19, Jackson Craker, standing over on first base. Steven picks over. Craker, with a little time to spare, makes it back to first. Steven pitches. Ball. So last time Cooper Rudolph was out there, he was hit by a pitch and then made it home on a double that was hit by Daniel Kirk. And he hits one over to shortstop, shortstop over to gets over to first, double play. So that was Coleman Clark to get the force out at second, and then slings it over to Kreider, who was on first, to get the third out of the inning. Beautiful play by the boys there. I'm looking at the pitcher here. Possible pitching change. Maybe not. There does appear to be a catching change with number 16 Tommy O'Connor behind the plate right now. So Columbia City been able to get out of 3 innings with no runs now, but in the top of the first and the top of the fourth, they allowed 4 runs each, moving to 8 total runs for Carroll's lead. Columbia City has yet to be able to score a run, and number 1, Cooper Rudolph was able to make his way out behind the plate for catcher. Number 2, Thomas Tratnek, although has replaced the first baseman, and I was correct. There was a pitching change. That would be number 10, Michael Dirkman, who is now pitching.
Leading it off for the Eagles, number 7, Eli Platt.
Eli Platt takes first pitch ball. And second pitch swinging strike. He takes third pitch ball. Count moves to 2-1 now. Foul tip goes way over the backstop. Count is 2-2 in favor of the pitcher, Michael Dirkman. Low ball 3. Full count, no outs. And ball 4. Eli on his way to first.
Now batting number 4, James Leggett.
James gets up to bat now. Takes first pitch strike looking. Takes second pitch strike looking. So Getz is now 0-2 behind in the count. Looking to make contact here for at least a break, and he does get a break here with ball 1 just now thrown. Count is 1-2. Dirkman throws. Ground ball thrown over to second. James able to make it to first safely. but Eli Platt is out at second.
Now batting number 15, Steven Neller.
I do believe that was a 1-6 fielder's choice play there.
Hi, Steve.
Now up to bat is number 15, Steven Neller, who takes first pitch ball. Second pitch strike.
Come on, Steve.
Almost gets hit, stumbles to the ground there.
You're all right.
Do it, fat boy. Come on, Stevie.
Takes second pitch strike. Or, sorry, not second pitch, but takes his second strike looking. Count moves to 2-2 now. And Blue says he swung there on his check swing and is now on his way back to the dugout.
Number 18, Brady Schrader.
Brady Schrader up to bat now, looking for a hit here to make sure James Getz is on his way to second. Swing and a miss. James, catcher throws down to first, almost catching James, but just a little too late.
Go, Brady.
All right, go straight there.
Kid, do some damage, kid. Here we go, 1-8. Good hold. Good hold. Wait.
Ball high up in the zone. Count moves to 1-1 with 2 outs on the board.
Come on, 1-8. Come on, kid.
Ball on the out, or strike on the outside edge there. Count moves to 1-2 now. Last time Brady was up to bat, he almost leaned into a pitch, not over the plate. Oh, strike. Oh, called him out though, due to a runner being on first. So drop third does not go into play there, and so out behind the plate right now is Henry Neller, Steven Neller's brother. Last year they were a dynamic duo, playing with each other on JV, and now here they both are on varsity.
Leading off for the Chargers, number 7, Daniel Kirk.
So number 7, Daniel Kirk, out to hit right now. This will be his 4th time up to bat, I believe. And Steven throws his first pitch, which is hit over towards second. James bobbles it, sidearms to first. Daniel is called safe.
Now batting number 11, Gabe Starks.
Number 11, Gabe Starks, steps up to the plate now with Daniel Kirk over on first. Neller steps off for a moment before stepping back on. Throws. I would have called it a strike, but Blue calls it a ball. So count moves to 1-0 now. Stevens' second pitch. There we go, called strike. Moves to 1-1. On deck is number 8, Andrew Sinish. Oh! The ball thrown toward number 11, Gabe Starks. He had to duck out of the way for that one. Count moves to 2-1 now. Tipped down the third base line. Henry gets his hands on it, but no play able to be made as Gabe Starks makes his way over to first.
Now batting number 8, Andrew Sinish.
Number 8, Andrew Sinish up to bat now. Runners on first and second, no outs on the board. First pitch ball slipped by Henry, and both runners advance, one on second, one on third now. First pitch ball, Henry goes out to talk to his pitcher now.
You two really don't know each other's sign?
The conversation breaks up and Henry makes his way back behind the plate as Andrew Sinish takes a pitch inside for ball 2. Sinish last time up to bat was able to get a double off of an error. That pitch appeared to be just a little high for Blues taste, and that moves the count to 3-0. Steven throws high again. Bases loaded. Andrew Sinish walking his way over to first.
Okay, Chad, just walk away. It's fine.
So up to bat is number 14,
Now
Connor
batting number
Barkle.
14, Connor Barkle.
Connor Barkle, his last time out there,
Got a force there, Henry.
he ended up striking out, but his time before that he had a base hit out on pop fly error. So that was he had his base hit, but then a pop fly over by Brady Schrader was dropped and thrown over to second to get him out. Count 0-1 right now, and swing and a miss makes it 0-2. So count is 0-2 now. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And now we move on to number 10, Michael Dirkman, as count is 0-0, 1 out on the board, bases loaded. Takes first pitch strike looking. So second pitch on its way in, foul tip. Stays just barely below the fence over here. And Dirkman is on to a 0-2 count now. A little high in the zone there. Count moves to 1-2 now. Only one out on the board.
Try it right behind him, cut it down. There you go.
So, crack of the bat out in the center field, caught. Ball thrown in towards third, not able to be made in time.
Now we're back.
So, 2-run score off that. Runners on first and third, and number 16 up to bat. Number 16 will be Tommy O'Connor.
Not batting, number 16, Tommy O'Connor.
When he's falling back, coming in and shallow, and try to throw him off. But yeah, that's gotta be, I like that to be.
Ball bounces off Henry's chest. Runner on first advances to second. Second pitch in, swing and a miss. Count moves to 1-1.
Come on, kid.
Another ball bounces off the ground and off of Henry's chest. Count moves to 2-1 now. Strike. Count moves to 2-2 now. That was a strike looking. And now Steven is ahead in the count. Number 16, Tommy O'Connor up to bat. Swing and a miss. That's out number 3. And Eagles are now on their way back to the dugout. Score 9-0 right now in favor of Carroll. A new pitcher out there now. I believe this would be their 4th or 5th pitcher now. And it is number 21, Jackson Sparks.
Not pitching for the Chargers, number 21, Jackson Sparks.
So Jackson Sparks had a couple of times out there where he was batting and ended up playing first base before getting subbed out and now moving in as the pitcher. So up next to bat for the Eagles appears to be number 6, Landon Iden. Taking a look at one of our sponsors real quick. WJHS is brought to you in part by EDU staff, EduStaff. Schools in your local community are experiencing a shortage of substitute teachers in local classrooms. EduStaff is seeking candidates for employment within partnering schools. More information can be found at edustaff.org. That is edustaff.org. Number 6, Landon Iden walks up to the plate now as Jackson Sparks gets ready to throw his first pitch of the game, and Iden pushes one out towards the right field side, just barely foul, as count moves to 0-1 now. Second foul ball, that pops up over into the backstop there. Count 0-2. Iden swing and a miss. So number 3 walking up to the plate now, Ethan Patrick.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 3, Ethan Patrick.
Ethan Patrick takes first pitch ball high in the zone. This will be Ethan's first time up at the plate, taking second pitch ball now. Ooh, taking an outside pitch is strike one. Taking second pitch, strike two, that Ethan thought he had to back up for. So count now moves to 2-2. That pitch bounces off the ground, and now count is 3-2, full count. One out on the board, nobody on base. The Eagles are looking for something here. There are no runs scored for the Eagles, and ball four, Ethan on his way to first. So up now to bat, his first time up at the plate, number 10, Colton Knefelkamp.
Number 10, Colton.
So Colton Knefelkamp takes his place out on the plate. Ethan Patrick standing over on first pitch ball. So count is now 1-0. Carroll's leading 9-0 in this game, and unfortunately Colton takes first pitch strike. Unfortunately, CC has just not been able to find a way to get on second and stay on second, let alone get a runner home. Ethan almost picked off there. Actually, not really. He had a little bit of time to spare on his way back. Colton swings at that last pitch there, and count moves to 1-2 now. Pitch is thrown. Colton foul tips it, rolls just back behind the catcher in the plate there. Count stays at 1-2. CC's just looking for anything at this point. I mean, yesterday they were able to 10-run rule both Varsity and JV of Central Noble, and this game is going completely different. That is ball two. Count moves to 2-2. Yeah, yesterday James Getz was able to get his bat going and was able to round out the game with a walk-off triple to 10-run rule at the bottom of the fifth. Knefelkamp has been retired from the plate after taking strike three.
Lucas Schmidt.
And now batting, number 5, Lucas Schmidt now, seeing his first plate appearance of the game. Lucas takes first pitch strike. He is one of the few sophomores on this varsity team. Takes second strike. Count moves to 0-2, 2 outs on the board. Ethan Patrick over at first base, looking to score his team the first run. They can, but strike three for Lucas Schmidt swinging. And here we are at the top of the seventh. So, if I see this right, Zach Berry has made his way over to second. It appears James Getz is at shortstop. Lucas Schmidt has made his way over to first base. I do believe Colton Kneffelkamp is out in the outfield, as well as Keegan Spencer. I believe Landon Iden has kept his place in center field. So just a few changes made for the Columbia City fielding roster. Barry, one of the few sophomores, taking his place out at second. Henry Neller, one of the other few sophomores, taking his place behind the plate. So number 2, Thomas Tratnick, is up to bat now. Takes first pitch ball that looked maybe a little high. Second pitch grounded towards third and short. Holds on to it. Appears he may have had trouble seeing over Brady Schrader. And now Thomas Tratnick makes his way over to
Number 21.
first base. Jackson Sparks up to bat now. Takes a first pitch swing, popped up into the air over third base. Brady Schrader unfortunately drops it. That is a break Columbia City needed, but falls to the ground there, and jogging his way back to the plate is Jackson Sparks. Count moves to 0-1 here. Stephen Alec pitches, swing and a miss. Appears to have been actually a foul tip. And that moves the count to 0-2. Count moves to 1-2 as Steven Neller throws a pitch that landed low and outside. Lucas Schmidt holding on the runner, Thomas Tratnick, who is stationed at first. And count moves to 2-2 as Steven throws that one just a little outside. And Jackson swings at that one for a foul ball over on Carroll's side. Steven Neller from the stretch throws in, slammed into right field, lands fair, hits the fence. Colton throws it in. Tratnick stays at third, and Sparks is stationed at second. Grant Peters up to bat. Last time he batted, he ended up striking out. That was his first plate appearance. This is his second. He takes first pitch ball high in the zone. And second pitch, swing and a miss, may have been a foul tip. Count moves to 1-1. Runners on second and third base. Grant Peters up to bat. He hits one. It's heads towards shortstop. Shortstop catches it. That's James Getz. and that is the first out of the inning. James jogs the ball over to Steven, tosses it over, and now we move on to number 1, Cooper Rudolph.
Cooper Rudolph.
Steven throws his first pitch, and Cooper swings hard at it, stumbling out of the box. It looks like Carroll will not let off if they can. Just the game-winning run for him, 90 feet from home. Goes into center field, caught by Landon Iden. Iden throws it in, gets to the pitch, or sorry, that's the first baseman. Schmidt able to catch it there, and I'm sorry, that would not be the game-winning run. Columbia City still has a chance to bat after that. But 2 outs on the board now.
Number 7, Daniel Kirk.
Carroll just scored their 10th run, first run of the inning here. And Daniel Kirk up to bat now, back at the top of the lineup here. First pitch ball for Steven Neller and Daniel Kirk's battle here. The runner on second appears to be Jackson Sparks, as the second ball has been thrown in. Daniel Kirk hits that one way into left field, and Keegan was just barely unable to catch it. Daniel on his way to third. Keegan unfortunately threw that one into second, and Daniel took advantage of that and slid his way into third base with a left field hit triple.
Now batting number 11, Gabe Starks.
Number 11, Gabe Starks up to bat. Carroll has just scored their 11th run. There's 2 outs on the board here. Steven throws first pitch called strike. Look to be on that low outside corner of the strike zone. He tries to hit it again, but unfortunately gets too low, and the ball bounces for ball 1. Warming up after number 11, Gabe Starks, is number 8, Andrew Sinish on deck. Strike 2 called on the inside edge of the strike zone. And Steven Neller is just 1 strike away from getting his team out of the inning. Ball hit into left field. Bounces. Keegan Spencer picks it up, throws it over to James Getz, the shortstop. And Gabe Starks sits comfortably at second.
Now batting number 8, Andrew Sinish.
Daniel Kirk made his way home for Carroll's 12th run. Andrew Sinish up to bat now.
Go, Steve.
Sinish takes Sinish takes first pitch strike on that outside edge. Blue here has been more forgiving on that outside edge as the game has gone on. Swing and miss, strike 2. Here we are, 0-2 count, 2 outs on the board. Carroll's leading 12-0 against the Columbia City Eagles. That pitch high and outside for ball 1.
No, that's why, because I was confused. I was like, I came into the like, you're out. See,
Henry able to slide and block a dirt ball that Steven Neller threw, and the count moves to 2-2 with 2 outs on the board.
Hey, let's go 1-5.
Outside pitch, and the count moves to 3-2, full count now. This is a deciding pitch here, whether CC can get out of this inning or not. Low ball, full count, moves to a walk for number 8, Andrew Sinish. Number 3, Jackson Brown makes his way to the plate.
Number 3, Jackson Brown.
Jackson takes first pitch ball.
Oh, so we just off on that?
And he takes second pitch strike on that outside edge. That one appeared to be low and outside on that strike zone corner. Taking off for third, swing and a miss from Jackson Brown, but it appears Gabe Starks made his way over to third, and Andrew Sinish makes his way over to second. Foul tip to keep battling. The count is 1-2 right now. Steven Neller having a rough inning here, just trying to look to get out of it so CC can go up to bat and hopefully have a game-winning stretch there. As Carroll has the lead 12-0. Count moves to 2-2, 2 outs on the board. Count 3-0 now. That pitch appeared to be either a little outside or a little too high. But Steven Neller at a deciding point here. Ball 4, strike 3. Ball 4. Bases loaded.
Hey, get your easy one. Get your easy one.
So, Michael Dirkman up to the plate now.
Now batting number 10, Michael Dirkman.
Outfield shifts over for the righty
is.
batter that just walked up to the plate.
Pitch.
First pitch called strike 1. And second pitch foul tip, that would be strike 2. Count moves to 0-2 now. 2 outs on the board. Steven Neller ahead in the count.
Come on, sit on it, Buck. Come on, Mike.
And liner right out into left field. Ball thrown in by Keegan Spencer right to Brady Schrader, and bases are still loaded as only one run scores. Number 2, Thomas Tratnick moves up to the plate now. So as number 2, Thomas Tratnick moves up to the plate now. Last time he batted a single for himself. First pitch, swinging strike, count moves to 0-1. Swinging strike 2. Count moves to 0-2, 2 outs on the board, bases loaded. And foul ball almost clips number 8, Andrew Sinish, over on that left side there. Count is still 0-2. Count moves to 1-2 as an outside ball was thrown. Tipped up and way out for foul ball. Count still at 1-2. Carroll is antsy to keep scoring here. Steven Neller looking for one more strike here to end the half inning. Popped up on the first base side. Lucas Schmidt catches it, and that gets CC to the bottom of the 7th. So now out to pitch for Carroll is number 5, Brady Long. So it appears the catcher behind the plate has changed. I can't identify any other fielding changes. There's a number 24, Grant Peters, out by second base. I could see that change from the way he turned his back. So number 1, Cooper Rudolph just threw down. And number 2, Keegan Spencer's walking up to the plate. Keegan Spencer almost hit by that pitch as he ducks out of the way. And hit by that pitch. So
Now batting number 12, Henry Neller.
Number 12, Henry Neller, walks up to the plate now. He has been the recent catcher for 15 Adler Neller. He takes first pitch ball.
Here we go, 1-2.
And second pitch ball. Count moves to 2-0 now.
Let's go, Henry.
And count appears to be 3-0 now. Yeah, 3-0 count as Henry Neller just took third pitch ball. Strike 1. The pitcher trying to make his way back into the count. And strike 2 makes its way past the plate as the count moves to full. Henry Neller in danger of getting struck out here. And called strike 3. Henry thought he got that and was about to make his way down to first. Now, on his way up to bat is number 20, Trey Deckman, who is the only freshman for the varsity team. And he takes first pitch strike. He takes second pitch strike as well after that last pitch. And ball 1. He swings at that curveball. Ball thrown to second. So Keegan Spencer gets out at second as Trey Deckman hits the ball over to the first baseman, who fielder's choiced his way into throwing towards second. First pitch ball for Steven Neller, who is up by the plate now.
Hey, it's on the other side of the woodpile. That one's on the other side of the woodpile. Somebody needs to move on it. Let's go.
Count 1-1. Pitch is thrown. Curveball right down the middle to make the count 1-2. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. So, as that was the bottom of the 7th, score rounds out to be 13-0 with both sides now lining up to shake hands here. So, taking a look at some of the stats here, not very good ones, but stats nonetheless. Daniel Kirk, I do not think got out on his plate appearances. Daniel Kirk was walked, hit by pitch, hit a double, safe on an error. I can't remember which error that was, and then hit a triple to round out the game. Gabe Starks is almost in the same boat with getting walked, but then striking out, grounding out, and then he hits a single and a double. Number 8, Andrew Sinish, hit a double, then got out on a 6-3 play, then got a double off an error, and then 2 walks. Jackson Brown in his one plate appearance walked. Connor Barkle hit a double, then a base hit, was out on a pop fly error. I can remember that one. That one was hit into the air over the third base side towards Brady Schrader. Brady ended up dropping it, and Barkle was over on first expecting Brady to catch it, and Brady threw over to second to get Barkle out. Then Barkle struck out on his last 2 attempts. Number 10, Michael Dirkman. I can't remember what he did his first time out there, but his second time out there, he got safe on a pop fly error and stole second that same play. Then he got a single off of an error, and then 2 more singles. Number 2, Thomas Tratnick, was out on a 5-3 play, drop third out, a single, and then a foul pop out. Tommy O'Connor in his plate appearance struck out. Jackson Craker hit a single in his plate appearance. Jackson Sparks hit a fly ball error. Oh, I think he made it safe on a fly ball error that was towards center field, maybe towards that area, and I think Noble Heinen, it was just out of his reach. And then he also hit a double later in the game. Grant Peters in his 2 appearances had a strikeout and a flyout. Eric Tratnick, he walked once, and I don't have anything marked down for him hitting again. And Cooper Rudolph struck out, was hit by pitch, and also flew out during the game. On CC's side, James Getz, I believe, struck out his first time out there, and then got hit by a pitch, and then was safe on a fielder's choice for his 3rd time batting. Steven Neller struck out both of his times batting. Grayson Bradbury struck out on his 2nd time batting. Brady Schrader walked his first time out there, and then had a strike 3 called that looked like it may have hit him at one point when he sort of leaned to turn away from it. It looked like it may have clipped his shoulder, but Blue called strike 3 there. And then he struck out on his last one. Iden, can't remember what he did his first run, but he had a ground out from a catcher to 3rd play, and then also struck out. Coleman Clark started out this game pitching. He hit a single and was out on his way to 3rd. He walked his first time and then hit a single and was out on his way to 3rd. Vanderford was out on a 6-3 play and then hit himself a single. Devin Kreider was walked and then struck out. Keegan Spencer struck out and then was hit on pitch out on a fielder's choice play. Henry Neller struck out, and Trey Dickman hit a single on a fielder's pitch where the first baseman threw it over to second to get Keegan Spencer out. And Eli Platt had a bunt fly out and then was walked, and then the pitcher threw it over to the shortstop that same time he was walked and was out on fielder's choice. So that's just some of the stuff that happened this game. The original starting lineup, I do believe, was James Getz, Grayson Bradbury, Brady Schrader, Landon Iden, Coleman Clark, Drew Vanderford, Devin Kreider, Noble Heinen, Eli Platt. Well, anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me and my broadcast partner, Jackson Geiger. Thank you to the people back at the station helping this broadcast stay up and live. Jonathan Peters, Vincent Park, Lexi Harker, and Zeke Urudia, and anyone else I may have not seen or heard from tonight. So I'm Zayden McKenzie, telling you the final score was, sorry, I can't remember at the moment. I believe was 13-0. Final score 13-0. Good night, everybody. See you next time.